Second to last one. Christmas is almost over, guys.
But it means I can sleep afterwards.
Yeah, oh my gosh. It is a lot like the holidays. We're talking about that this week. Like, you're excited when it's here, you're excited for the first few weeks, and then like as you kind of get closer to Christmas, you're like, oh, I love the holidays, but I'm going to be ready to have it.
We can take the tree down soon.
Exactly. So 17.4 is 16.4.
Yeah.
Repeat, right? So for those of you guys who did this one last year, you'll be familiar to look up your score. This is partially why the Open is fun. So like if you did this last year, you can look at it and see and try to improve. Let's get right into this one. Let's talk pre-nutrition for this one. Here's the thing. A little bit like workout one, there's a lot of this. Flexion and extension, right? Please don't eat something big before this workout.
No.
Right? So not only are we going to be smashing your stomach and your guts and your diaphragm and all that fun stuff, but then at the end we're going to make you go upside down on a wall.
And do that.
So nothing big.
No.
Right?
I would suggest liquid actually. I would go with a power smoothie or something like that about an hour beforehand. Nothing substantial. Good God, no dairy.
No dairy.
Yeah, just really keep it light. You want something that's going to get in your stomach, you're going to absorb the nutrients, and it's going to get out. You want to really do this with an empty stomach. It's a lot of movement. It's 55 reps of each. You're just moving the entire time. It's nothing to weigh you down, nothing to get in the way or move around while you're doing this stuff. You really want to be,
light on your feet.
Yeah,
right? Exactly. You want to feel light going into this one. And then some high octane, something rather right before pre-workout
stuff, yeah.
Something like a couple gummy bears or Sour Patch Kids, something
or some
fast.
pre-workout powder, some BCAAs, a couple carbs just to get that energy. You want something slow burning too because it's 13 minutes of work and you're going to want that the whole time. You don't want it to dive, get out of you right after the first 5 minutes of deadlifts. You want it to continue the whole time.
Yeah. Talking warm up and joint prep tomorrow. This is going to be something new. We're going to throw in some sumo deadlift high pulse tomorrow. This is kind of warm up, not just that midline, but also the pull for the row. So if you just grab a light kettlebell, you move this fast, boom, all the way up, right?
Get the knees working,
have
the hips opening.
You can do 2 rounds, we can do 15 of those. We got 15 ring rows. Let's work on that pull-in for the row, along with getting those shoulders ready for, we're going to handstand push-ups. We're going to do some wall balls, so a lot of shoulders, a lot of hips, and then some push-ups. Once again, just kind of warming up shoulders in a pushing motion rather than just a pulling motion. And then joint prep. Once again, we're really focusing here on the midline. 10 good mornings, so that PVC pipe or naked bar on your back. Dig into those hamstrings, right?
Feel it right in there.
Yep. Yeah, so you're going to go over until you feel that tightness right in that hamstring and then pop back up. 10 strict presses, naked bar again. Overhead, twofold, right? Wall balls and handstand push-ups, warming up that position there. And then goblet squats, hitting those hips and those legs. Really, wall balls and rowing. All legs.
Yep. All legs, all squats.
Yep. So 2 rounds of that to kind of get through. Here's the thing, 13-minute AMRAP, we've got 4 rowers. So tight schedules tomorrow, especially if there's busy classes. We're going to try to run this in 2 or 3 heats per class, depending on the people. So make sure that you're getting warm up if you're not judging. Or if you are judging, making sure you're going through some of those motions of squats, some hip stuff, some overhead stuff, kind of while you're judging as well. So
I'd also say if you are serious about the Open and you want to get your workout in, you want to have the right amount of warm up, and you want to guarantee all that stuff, book yourself a spot for Friday Night Lights. Come on in. We're going from 4:20 to 8 o'clock.
Yep.
We've got a bunch of different slots open. We're going to run 5 or 6 people at a time. It's going to be great, and you're guaranteed a spot. You can come in as early as you want. There's plenty of space to warm up. If you're really serious about it, and I don't want you guys getting frustrated during the classes if you feel rushed or whatever. But I really want you guys to get this workout in and get properly prepared. So if you have any trepidation about it, come to Friday Night Lights. Plus, we have a ball.
it's so much fun. Yeah, it's awesome. And then, we'll talk a little bit more
about
that
later. Yeah.
Standards. We're going to get into those motions, those movements, right? Deadlift, wall ball, calorie row, handstand push-up. We know the deadlift's going to go all the way to the ground. You're going to stand all the way up. Hips got to be all the way up, and shoulders got to be behind the bar with that one, okay? You have to touch the ground. Likely going touch and go, right? You're not going to drop at the top because you're going to want to cycle through the reps. You'll drop it on the last one, so if you get to 10, you can drop that bar on the last one, then rest and pick it back up. Wall balls, the 2 standards here. You want to get that hip crease all the way below the knee, so all squat, and you want to send that ball up over the line on the wall. Now, we commonly refer to those as the gender lines, because usually the 9-foot mark is women and the 10-foot mark is men. But this time we're going to see in some scale that the 9-foot target
everybody's going to 9.
Yeah. So in the scale events, keep that in mind. But that ball has to touch the wall over the line, right? Whether it's on its way up or on its way down, it doesn't matter, but it has to make contact with the wall over the line. So keep that in mind.
Calorie row.
Calorie row.
So, there's no real standard on the calorie row. The rower's not going to lie. So, make sure your rower is set up for calories before you start rowing. Make sure your foot clips are where you want them before you get on the rower. Make sure your handle's in the cradle before you get on. Nothing should impede you from just getting right on that rower and start pulling. Everything should be at 0. Your judge should be able to see the calories. Shouldn't be a problem. Calorie row, different than distance row. Distance row, you want to keep that flywheel spinning. You're talking about tempo. Calorie row is all about that pull out. So tight in, pull out. The more powerful that pull out is, the more calories that thing counts. Pace yourself out. Get your, what's the stroke rate you wanted?
I would say anything under 30, I was at between 24 and 26 strokes per minute, which is about a 1 second pull and a 2 second recovery is what I like. So I think 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2.
Yeah, I was going at a 1-to-1 ratio, which ended up burning me out. So.
Yeah. So Greg beat me to the rower, but then I was off the rower before him.
Yeah.
Rowing slower. Bigger pulls, longer recovery, but I didn't stop. Greg had to stop because he was gassed out. Yeah. So, not by much though. It was by a mere, it was like 10 seconds or less. Yeah. And then handstand push-ups. So lots of standards here. You're going to want to stand toes to the wall, and then we're going to put your hands up on the wall. You're going to straighten out your arms, and we're going to measure 3 inches from the bottom here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a post-it note right underneath your wrist. That's going to be 3 inches. Then we're going to connect a line. And that way when you're upside down, your heels have to cross that line. And then you'll notice the scale is hand release push-ups. Hand release push-ups, chest to the ground. Your hands have to come off the ground. Then you put them back on the ground and press up, right? One of the things to keep in mind when you're doing hand release push-ups, if you're going to do that scale, is that where you put your hands back down will be underneath your shoulders. You don't want to like start inching them out, because I've seen that when people get in a different place, right? So pick them up real quick, put them right back down, and then press them to full extension. And usually what I like to call this, so Greg actually go for that high plank. When you're judging this, you're looking for the goofy elbow. When it gets extended, the elbow, you'll have like a little dimple there, a little goofy like skin. That's what you're looking for as a judge for the lockout. Back down, if it's tight, and then now there's this goofy skin. That's what you're looking for the standard there. Those are the standards for the movements. Strategy. Whew. Pacing, I think on this one. This is going to be a workout where you're going to make it or break it usually on one movement. And it's going to be different for other people, for certain people. If you're not a super strong athlete, you make it or break it's going to be those deadlifts.
Yeah.
If you don't have a ton of lungs, your make it or break it could be the wall balls or the rower, depending on where you're at with that. And then gymnastics, if you're not that great at gymnastics, the make it or break it's going to be those handstand push-ups. So depending where your weakness lies, that's where you're going to have to kind of play to your strengths and try to minimize the damage on your weakness.
Yeah,
right?
There's a lot of tiebreakers on this one. Each movement has a tiebreaker time. So if you're really good at wall balls, go for it. Get your time in, get yourself a good wall ball time, and then take your little time on the row, or take your time on the deadlift, and then kill those wall balls. Really kind of play to your strengths.
Yeah, that's really what it is, and minimize the damage on your weakness.
Yeah. Short sets, short breaks.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be the strategy on this one, I think, all day.
Have a plan.
That's it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about having a plan and then trying to stick to it as long as possible. And then when that goes to hell, because like Mike Tyson says, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
That's it. And this one punches you in the face over and over.
Have a backup plan. Yep. Okay? What I had to do was I did sets of 7 on the deadlift. I got all the way up to, I think, 42. And then I had to do sets of 5 just because I ran out of gas. Couldn't do 7. Just couldn't do it.
Yeah. I had sets of 10 on the deadlift until the 40 mark, until the 30 mark, and then I did 5 sets of 5 for my last set of deadlifts. My plan was to go 10s all the way through and then a 5 at the end, but my backup plan was 5s.
Yeah.
My plan with the wall balls, since I'm good at them, is 10s all the way and then 5 at the end. That seemed to work great for me. And I plan on the rower was just keep going, like gas it on the rower. That was my strength. So I gassed the rower, trying to give myself as much time on the handstand push-ups as I could because that's my weakness. So once again, minimizing the damage there. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking for as far as strategy. Have a plan going into it, right? To maximize your strength and minimize your weakness. Try to get through that as quickly as possible.
Okay guys, I totally forgot about my favorite part of the tips and strategies video, which is gear. And so I thought I'd tell you about the gear that I use for this workout. I went with regular shoes, so no lifters, no anything like that, just Nano 6s. I also went with knee sleeves for the wall balls and rowing. If you need them, great. If you don't, I mean, don't worry about it. They weren't as helpful as I thought they'd be. I actually ended up pulling them down during the row just because I just needed to let my knees breathe. But I did go with a weight belt for the deadlifts, which I think is probably very important. I'd recommend that. And as far as the handstand push-ups go, if you need padding, set yourself up with some padding for your head. If you don't, you know, you're fine. Some people like to wear a hat. Some people, you know, whatever you want. But yeah, I would go with regular shoes, a weight belt for the deadlifts, and knee sleeves or no knee sleeves, depending on what you need. Maybe just put them on for the, or pull them up for the wall balls and then take them back down for everything else. That's it. Okay, back to the video.
Post-nutrition recovery on this one. Big thing, the cool thing about this one is that tomorrow we're actually going to be doing this whole show, so we're not going to get too much into it today because we don't want to give you too much, but we're actually going to be talking recovery with a registered dietitian tomorrow on our recovery show.
We're back at Ice House, we're back at Cryo, with our friend Philip. Yep.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking nutrition and recovery nutrition with a certified nutritionist.
Yeah. So if you guys have questions, please post them in the comments here or look back in the page. I think there's a spot where you can post those comments. So
yeah.
We'd love to answer questions.
We'll answer them live on the air too. If you guys are watching, type them in and anything's up for grabs. Yeah, we'll talk about food, supplements, when to eat, what to eat, how much to eat.
Yeah. Check it out tomorrow. Friday Night Lights, tomorrow night.
Yeah, buddy.
Second to last Friday Night Lights. So here's what we're doing tomorrow night. We've got a little something special that after, so 4 to 8 tomorrow.
4 to 8, we're going to be running heats. The sign-up's already up. Sign up, get your time slot in. They're running every 20 minutes. 13-minute workout. So we'll have 7 minutes for changeover. Also, bring snacks, bring drinks, bring food, you know, whatever you want. Bring your favorite stuff. We'll have a bunch of stuff set up here. We're actually getting childcare again. This week we had it last week. We don't have a room this time, but we will have an area for the kids to hang out. And
we'll have more room this week because the workout is going to take up just the back side of the gym. So the whole rest of the gym will kind of be open. So we'll have some areas for athlete warm up, and then bring seating tomorrow night.
Yes, bring chairs. Because
post Friday Night Lights, we're going to be watching
Fitness on
Earth, the documentary that they did for the
2016 CrossFit Games. We'll hang out right here, have a little picnic. Watch it up on the TV, it'll be fun.
Yeah, so bring some snacks for that as well.
Yeah.
Bring lawn chairs or an old couch, I don't know.
Please bring an old couch, that'd be hilarious.
Something that would like end up here forever. Yes, and then Friday Night Lights, the following will be at Soto. Make sure you come to that one. It's going to be the last one. We're going to have a food truck, hopefully.
Yes, they confirmed today.
They've confirmed. And we got some announcements we're going to make at 17.5. So
what will they be?
You'll have to come and find out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So exciting news there. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Good luck, guys. This one's a fun one.
It is a fun one. It's probably one of my favorite open workouts, even though I'm not great at it. It's probably one of my favorite ones. Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Good night, guys. Have a good one.